laws and having no regards to human life. So, the International Voice for Baloch Missing Persons appeals to the United Nations, international human rights organizations, and international community to please act. Let us stop Pakistan's ongoing systematic and gradual genocide in Balochistan. Let us safeguard and protect the human rights of the Baloch people and simultaneously begin a perpetual process that can help safeguard and protect the human rights of all people who are suffering from injustice around the world. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aziz Baloch, for presenting to us the phenomenon of persecution of human rights defenders in Balochistan. So it's happening also in other countries like us in our federation. Our own former chairperson, Mr. Munir, was killed. He was poisoned by arsenic in a flight from Jakarta to Amsterdam via Singapore. So he died upon arrival. So this is a real problem among human rights defenders, which the United Nations really has to address. So now we would like to open the floor for questions. May we ask the audience if they have questions? Yes?
Yes, I'm curious to know how much of this conflict is religious, in the sense of a conflict between secularism and Sharia law. Because in Pakistan there are many regions where you have a slow genocide of people who are a bit different religiously.
As a Baloch, I would like to, it's a very interesting question. Throughout our history of Baloch, although we are tribal society, but if you pick up our history and that region, from 150 years, we have a strong bond with our tribal system, with our tradition. But throughout this period, we never ever had any attachment in the sense of religious war or fundamentalism. This is the psychic of Baloch. We are, by birth, we have been a secular mind. And our struggle is solely based of secularism. We are moderate, and of course, we are strongly based of our nationalism. We are struggling to survive, to preserve our identity, our land. That's the main bottom line of our struggle.
I see there are so many similarities between the Baloch people and the Kurds. And I have a question is about in Kurdistan of Iran, there is a spread of drug in the Kurdish provinces, and the Iranian agents are aware of the situation. I think that these are elaborated policies to attract the young Kurdish towards this flu. And I wanted to know if there is a kind of these policies towards the Baloch people in the Balochistan of Pakistan.
Yeah. Go on. I think regards, in my understanding about the Kurdish people are being, they influence so much drugs and among their youths. The same thing in the, as far as I think in the Balochistan and Iran. Many youths are being victims of. It is a policy of state to just keep them in that path. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned a number of lawyers and advocates who have been tortured or disappeared. It seems to me that to be quite important in terms of, we discussed this morning about how to put the case for the people of Balochistan, that particularly in relation to lawyers, that a list should be drawn up, short details must be accurate. And there must be an attempt to connect with the Law Society of the United Kingdom or England and Wales, the Bar Council, the bar councils that exist inside America and in Canada and various places. Because people are concerned. I mean, if it becomes specific, here are your fellow lawyers just doing their job, just defending their clients. They are being killed, they are being tortured, they are disappeared. This is an important matter that each of us as lawyers should take up. Now, of course, it will take a long time, but someone should take that and do that particular task there of approaching. It'll take a good while, it'll take years maybe, but it would be a good thing to do.
I just want to echo that comment. That happened. Amnesty capitalised on that when the judges were disposed during the state of emergency under Musharraf. And we networked with bar associations in the UK, and we invited judges and lawyers to our demonstration about the state of emergency, including the issue of the dismissal of the High Court judges. So I really think that is a very, very good point that's being put forward.
I just add in this little bit comments. Yes, these 4 documented facts, 3 lawyers judicially killed, 2 cases there. And the interesting is I already contacted with the Canadian Lawyers Association. In fact, in this November 17, I had an appointment with the Executive Director of Canadian Lawyers Association, Gail Davidson. They are very interested. They have a mandate to protect all lawyers globally, the defender of the human rights. So they are planning to write a report. I think they are also association with the UN. They have the here connection as well. We take this from now on, as you say, slowly, gradually, but we will follow through this.
Yes.
I think you may have some success in talking to the Pakistan Bar Council, because I understood this week that Asma Jahangir has been elected president of the Bar Council. She's a great advocate. Of course, she was the founder of the Pakistan Human Rights Commission. I think she would be very, very receptive to any suggestions of this kind.
Yes, we will approach her as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions? Being none, would like to thank Mr. Aziz for the presentation, and we would like to call on Mr. Amir Musikan to present his
Thank you all friends for being here today to show support to the hapless people of Balochistan who are suffering at the hands of 2 leptocracies, not one. One is Pakistan, a leptocracy, and another leptocracy is Iran. So we are suffering at the hands of 2 worst republics who proudly call themselves Islamic republics. At the very outset, I would like to thank each and every one of you, but I would make a particular note of my friend from Norway, Zubair Baloch, who is the chairman of the Baloch Society of Norway. I am indebted to him for coming here. I was expecting a politician from Norway to come here, but it seems like sometimes politics has its own ways, so he isn't here. I have, you see, I will pass on later a statement by Zakir Majid, who is here, a young student who was abducted on June 8, 2009, and he is still missing. His family has been protesting for almost a year non-stop. And you see the military, Pakistani military intelligence, and the inter-services intelligence, they haven't moved. We are here, thankfully, today we have partnered with one of an organization that is recognized worldwide for its correct stand on issues that face today's world. I mean the International Humanist and Ethical Union. I am proud that the IHEU is a thorn on the side of, the religious extremists from anywhere in the world. Balochistan is bleeding and Geneva is sleeping. That is why we are here today. I mean, the reason why we chose to hold this conference here in Geneva is that Geneva is the human rights capital of the world, and the world appears to have forgotten about the human rights violations in Balochistan. Secondly, the United Nations Working Group on Enforced or Involuntary Disappearances is holding its 30th anniversary in Geneva as we speak. This premier body is one of the few in which the Baloch people are putting their faith in. We have come here because this is the city that gave birth to one of the greatest men in history, Henry Dunant. This is the city